Hi, my name is Adriana Sergeni, and I want to ask you all to close your eyes for a second and picture this. You're home, it's Friday evening, you just got back from a long days of work. You sit on the couch, throw your legs up, and put on a TV show. But then you get a call that disturbs that relaxation. A call that you never thought you would ever get. Someone murdered someone close to you. Let's fast forward now to the trial. The criminal was convicted of life in prison without parole. But let's fast forward again. 20 years, maybe? 25? This criminal may break out of prison. Now open your eyes. Is that really justice? The death penalty should be enacted in all 50 states for crimes of murder and other heinous incidents, because it gives victims total justice. It prevents other crimes from being committed, and it is economically efficient. I want to ask you all, do you know the difference between these two men? Between Bernie and Michael? Well, in 2014, an article titled Madoff Investment Scandal stated that in 2009, Bernie Madoff was convicted of a large Ponzi scheme. He was sentenced to 150 years in prison for embezzling money and stealing people's life savings. Now let's look at Michael. Michael Escoto was convicted in 2002 for murdering his wife to attain millions of dollars in insurance. Now, in this specific situation, it is a battle between life versus money. Do these sentences bring the acts that were committed to justice? Does taking a life mean sentencing that convict the same as someone else who just stole money? Does taking a life really mean being put into prison without parole for life? I don't think so. The victim isn't there to speak for themselves. And convicting this man, Michael Escoto, to the same depths as Bernie Madoff doesn't seem justice to me. The death penalty brings total justice and final justice, an eye for an eye, for a victim that can't speak for themselves. They're gone at the hands of this criminal. But the death penalty doesn't only give complete justice to the victim. It also prevents other crimes from being committed. In an article titled Counterpoint Defending the Death Penalty in 2011, John McAdams was quoted. His quote being, "If we execute murderers and there is fact no deterrent effect, we have killed a bunch of murderers. If we fail to execute murderers, and doing so would in fact have deterred other murders, we have allowed the killing of a bunch of innocent victims." This quote just proves, if we do not take the lengths of convicting criminals to the right degree, meaning if a murder was committed, having the death penalty be an option, meaning that we can prevent other crimes from being committed. If we convict a rape offender, they can get out, and commit other crimes, have other victims be raped. But if the death penalty is enacted, they don't have that ability. They don't have the chance to hurt another innocent victim. But not only does this help the victims, it helps other crimes from being committed. There are economic points. In a country where money is very important, this death penalty is more cost-effective than life in prison without parole. Dudley Sharp in 1997 wrote an article about life in prison without parole versus the death penalty. He stated that life in prison per person without parole costs about $3.9 million, or more, whereas the death penalty is about $2 million per case. If we can save money and rid ourselves of heinous criminals, wouldn't you? Wouldn't it be a better place that we live in? Think about your loved ones and start talking about this issue. Would you go to the lengths to save your child, to save someone close to you, a partner, a mother, a brother? The death penalty should be enacted in all 50 states for crimes of murder and other heinous incidents because of the total justice it gives to victims. It prevents other offenses from being committed, and it is cost effective. Start talking, and maybe we can live in a world without